going on, everyone? Kane Michael here with Magnetic Magazine. I'm here with somewhat of a legend, I would say. I mean, I don't know who would disagree with me. If they did, they'd be wrong. Sander Kleinenberg. Been around the block so many times. It just keeps evolving, keeps going. It's just, take notes, everybody. Take notes on this guy. Sander, how are you?
I'm pretty. Wow. I'm humbled, obviously. Yeah, legend's a really big word, but I'm working away. So maybe one day.
How long has it been since you first started doing all this?
Well, I mean, the international game started in 2000. So yeah, I would say, for the last 16 years, 17 years, I've been on the road, and been doing what I do. And before that was local, and it was a hustle, And,
of course.
Yeah, and it still is a hustle.
Of course. That makes it worth it, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the best. That's the best thing. Yeah, you hate it sometimes, the hustle, but you're really addicted to it,
You make your own luck almost,
I think, yeah, I guess. Well,
maybe not luck. You just your future's in your own hands, yeah?
You do create your own opportunity. That's 100%, yeah. And then hopefully you get lucky.
So I guess since we're on the topic of that real quick, what has changed in terms of the hustle versus, and what has stayed the same since you first started?
Wow. I mean, the scene became like a money-making monster, So you hustle against people who now, consider this to be a pop career, And that's, I came from like, I love this record, I want to play this record out, And that's a whole other mentality. So you gotta be, you gotta evolve. You gotta adapt or die. And the game changes in that sense. Has changed quite a bit. But I still love it. It's like music's just the purest form for me. To create and to be a part of and to create a little bit of magic. That's what it's all about. And like
that is exactly what it's all about. So, since now that we're talking about music, what's going on with your music? Anything that our fans or anybody should be aware of?
Well, yeah, I think so. I've always evolved, and I've always wanted to be part of the future, I guess. So I still kind of sort of fight the fact that I've been around for a while, and I treat every single moment in the studio or doing a DJ set as is, like. This is a new way of pushing this big ball of energy forward and giving it my 2 cents, and that's just the best feeling in the world, and it's really how I envision it. Like all the producers, DJs, people in the scene that make this happen are part of it, and we inject it with energy, and hopefully a type of energy that's game changing. But even if you go through phases where that's not the case, you still feel like okay, I'm still on a journey. The big difference, though, I feel, is the first time you come around, no one sees the journey. They only see.
Oh, where did this guy come from? Well, actually, I've been doing it for like 10 years.
Exactly. So what is definitely different is that now that I'm evolving, and I've evolved 2 or 3 times with a let's say a different set of clothes, musically, people do tend to. Find that difficult. Like they like it. They like things,
Like the old version of you, but you don't want to be the old version of you because you want to be a new version of you, right?
I want to be maintaining to be a part of this freshness, and so therefore I can only change with time. And I'm not the guy who holds on too much of the parameters. I'd like to change them up and like turn them around. And then hopefully once every 5, 6, 7 years, something great comes from it. Because that's kind of like the cycle of reinvention. That's kind of like, for me anyway, what it takes. So, yeah.
So what about new records? Do you have any new records coming out or have come out? Or what are we looking at here?
Yeah, no, I've had a lot of fun. I was, the last 2 years, Halsey remix and Madonna and lots of stuff that did really, really well. Just did 2 records with Armada. Did a couple of records with Spinnin' before that. It's exciting, man. Top 10 in Billboard. Billboard. Never heard of it. this week or this whatever. Yeah. So I mean, I guess I'm doing something right. But the changeover and the sort of like the coming from one place and then sort of gravitating towards another, and that whole process is quite challenging. So
So then, since you mentioned that, since you first started, I guess when it comes to making music, what has your approach, in terms of your approach, what has stayed the same and what has changed since you first started? And since you said you've evolved a few times, obviously your thinking, your thought process is changing, but what has also stayed the same?
My hunger for making a change on the floor. So it's like I translate what I do as a DJ into my production, and I want that to be fresh, and I want that to be attracting the crowd that I have in front of me. And the reality is, the 40-year-olds that used to listen to me in 2002, that they're not so much in front of me anymore. So, and they sometimes.
Unless they can find a babysitter.
What's that? Sorry?
I said unless they can find a babysitter.
I mean, you know what I mean. So it's like, yeah, you evolve, and that's the thing. You go through generations, and you want to make your mark in hopefully a few generations, and that's like the excitement for me, anyway.
So you said your track is in the top 10 of Billboard. What track is this?
It's called "Feel Like Home" with Dyson. We released it like 4 months ago, and it ended up being picked up by American DJs. So it's in the club chart, and it's exciting.
That's exciting to say the least. How has your week been in Miami, though?
Well, I just arrived. Literally, you're the first person I talked to. I opened.
So honored.
No, I mean, I opened a club in Amsterdam yesterday. So I played there till 5 in the morning, and then I got a 7 o'clock flight out here.
That sounds really enjoyable.
No, I mean, I slept, so it's all good. I slept on the plane.
How was the club?
Yeah, the club is phenomenal. It's amazing. It's called Mad Fox.
Mad Fox, as in the canine-like creature, not Mad Fox. Although, I don't know.
Fox. I just heard someone say Man Fox. I'm like, no. It's Mad Fox. That's what it is.
It's not men having sexual intercourse. It's a fox that is upset, angry, right?
Yeah, sort of. But it's I mean, the club is really great. A couple of friends of mine are doing it, and I'm helping them out, and so that was fun. And
crowd was good.
The what?
The crowd was good.
Yeah, the crowd was good. Yeah, there's it's like a sort of shishi type of place. So will.i.am came around. He had a concert in Amsterdam, and it was like the sort of happy few of Amsterdam enjoying themselves. An opening, and opening is always like, I've done a few, and it's always like there's this anticipation and people trying to find their way, and then you gotta
trying to figure out where to stand to be cool.
Absolutely. And it's funny how music can be even to a room can have a profound impact on how a room is perceived. So that was super exciting yesterday, because I had 6 hours to play, and had to really go and sort of find it, like what does this room want. And my scape is pretty wide, so I can sort of navigate through different styles. So it's really, really great to see what worked and what kind of...
So what really did work? Was it kind of like a darker, groovier tone, or was it a little bit more fun and uplifting, or?
Yeah, no, it was like the sort of the classic, sort of that House 2.0 thing is really working. Did really work in that room. So kind of like a dusted off 1996 Strictly Rhythm, that's kind of like...
That sounds ideal to me.
Well, it was dope. It was good, yeah. But a lot of that shit is happening right now. Like, a lot of like old values are just being brushed up, and it's like we have all this fresh technology that makes these records sound twice as hard, 3 times as fresh, So it's a very exciting times, actually.
House music will never go away, right?
I think it's the only true sort of like, it's not even a trend. It's just that core vibe.
It's the foundation.
It's the foundation, brother. That's it.
What was your first house record you ever heard?
Farley Jackmaster Funk, Love Can Turn Around. I'll never forget. I was like 14. It was like 59 years ago, and that record, I guess, changed my life.
I mean, I'd say so. We're sitting here having a conversation about it, right?
Incredible.
So, what does your little Miami trip have in store for us?
Well, I'm playing Ultra. It's my 10th time actually at Ultra, which is like,
wow.
I mean, like it started on the beach. Obviously, that was my first time was in 2000, and now it's become this mammoth thing. And so I'm excited about that. Playing the worldwide stage tomorrow, and doing a little. Ultra are a little fickle on like what you can and cannot do. So I'm doing one more show here at W tomorrow, Sunday night, and then that's it. But I mean, it's also my 17th time coming here, you know. So that's it's wild. I mean, all the memories, and I remember I was talking to someone just before you. I remember there was one in 2001 where Ali and Sharam and me were kind of bored on a Sunday afternoon around the pool, and we were like, we should just continue. We should just do one more party. And we called like a club, and we called Bed, and we said, guys, listen, do you think you can have us play tonight? And then this is not a fucking cell phone type of era, you know. This is like hearsay, sort of like, okay, we got to, you know, tell all our friends, and they need to tell their friends. And next thing you know, the only party on a Sunday in 2001 happening on South Beach was in Bed, and it was, and basically all the DJs that were still here came around and they played records. It was amazing. So it lost its innocence with that, you know, with that in mind. But we got a lot back from it. I love seeing someone like Martin Garrix being a bona fide pop star and going around the world and being buddies with Justin Bieber, because I always believed in the fact that a DJ could evolve into becoming that thing, you know. And I think that's the best way of looking at it, when some 21-year-old becomes, an overnight
a massive superstar.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's like, wow, you know, I actually built a little bit of that foundation, and it makes me very happy. And it's not like I see a lot of my peers or people who are around in my era who kind of look at that and they resent that and they go like, well, that's not real, or that's not this or that. But I'm like, bros, listen, we worked so hard for many decades to try and have that actually come to fruition, and now it is. It's not you. You're like 50, you know, and obviously it's a 21-year-old, but be proud of it, and I am.
That's, you know, I never really thought to think of it that way, but that's a very good way to think about it. It's like you guys really built the foundation for what everybody has kind of come to find as success. I mean, they might be envious that they're not, you know, traveling like on that level, but at the same time, it's no one else is going to be able to have built that foundation that you guys already built, right?
No, and let's be honest, I mean, praise is due, obviously, to, you know, all the kids in Chicago and Detroit and New York and London who, you know, did it before us. It's not like it came out of nowhere. I mean, you know, somewhere, obviously, music is music, and it's always hard to pinpoint like this or that, but we did, in our time, pushed it to where it is now, and I'm proud of that, you know, and that's the way I look at it.
Definitely, I mean, that's definitely something to be proud of. So you've been around the block so many times. You've evolved as an artist. You've seen it all, done it all. In your opinion, what is the most crucial piece of advice that you could give to a new up-and-coming producer or DJ?
Keep it real close to yourself, because one day you might travel the world with that thing, and it better be your friend.
I think my passion's my friend. Is your passion your friend?
Absolutely.
Well, there you have it, folks. The legend, Sander Kleinenberg, here in Miami. Thanks for talking to us, man.